We spent a lot of time just walking around the village and going to free Shakespeare in the park and out, but it all started right up there. And every time we've come back to New York since then, we always walk by the apartment. Like, we have such good memories. Back in 1998, Will and I decided to take our relationship to the next level. We uprooted ourselves and moved to New York City. It was a bold move because we had been living on opposite sides of the country. Yep, we had a long-distance relationship for 2 years, and now we live in 21.5 feet. Go figure. As luck would have it, we flourished in New York City and decided to spend the rest of our lives together while we were living there. Today, we will take our kids on a trip down memory lane and visit some of the things that we cherish most of our former life here in the Big Apple.
It is a perfect New York morning here. This is, we used to live in this town, and when you used to live in a city and you go back to it and you start getting the memories and the feelings and the thoughts of what it was like, you start getting all nostalgic and reminiscent, and you start using too many words because it becomes to the fact that you just all right. I'm very excited to be here. It's where Jessica and I, where we first lived together. It's where I went to college. It's where amazing things happened. It's where this guy now is gonna get a bagel. I mean, New York City is the city. It is the city. It is where, so we started to believe that life was possible, where anything is possible, where everything is possible. But while we're here in New York, we're pretty much gonna go ahead and show the kids what this town is like. So we are all about this point about showing what Americana is like, New York style. What are we getting, Largo?
Bagels!
Excited?
Yep.
We're getting a whole lot of bagels. I hope they're still cheap. When I lived here, they were like $2 each. Alright, so I'm gonna take a everything bagel with, oh my gosh, that's a lot of cream cheese. Okay. Everything toasted with chive, plain toasted with plain, everything toasted with chipotle. Largo, what do you want? And I'll have a coffee with you. See this? New York coffee. This is what coffee looks like in New York.
Bagels. Without making a nutritional judgment, we love them dearly. As we have been traveling, we've tried our best to hunt them down as much as possible.
How's your food, guys?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Not American, but pretty good.
Not what I was expecting, but a Swiss twist on it, and it is not bad.
But for the most part, finding a quality bagel outside of the US, forget New York City, is like trying to find someone who understands the cultural value of fantasy football when they're not even a sports fan.
Bagels!
And Largo's getting a bagel with Nutella. I'm not sure that's the way we did it back in the US, Largo.
Nevertheless, we're at the home of bagels and we'll eat them religiously while we're in the US. Now, as for the coffee, that's a different story.
Good morning.
Did you get coffee?
Yeah, here we go. No, unfortunately, we're back in the United States.
I know, but the coffee, American coffee, is not very good. Sorry, America. I love you, but coffee, ugh. New York! We're coming!
What's that guy doing over there? We are here. We made it to New York City. It was a long, long flight. We're a bit tired, but we are super excited. All right, so what's the plan for today? So we are actually staying in Brooklyn at a friend's house, and we are going to take the kids into Manhattan, specifically West, Central, and East Village, to take them around to see where Will and I used to live, all of our old stomping grounds. We might even stop for a Frosty at Wendy's because that was our big date night thing. Yes, we were poor students. And we'll see what else the day has in store for us. So let's go have fun in New York City. Right now, the city that never sleeps looks like it sleeps a lot because it's a holiday. It's so funny.
I'm thinking too much of a good thing is still a good thing. Baby, when it comes to you, I'm all wound up like a wind-up toy over you. The blame is on me and not you.
In our 20s, I know it seems like it was just yesterday, but it was not. Will and I lived in the West Village in New York City for 2 years.
It was like a cool hip area, and we thought that we'd struck it rich even though we're like dirt poor. I mean, the first day that we got here, I remember looking for a job as a waiter, and I could not take the subway back because I didn't have the $1.50 to take the subway back. And it was like 15 degrees outside. I was freezing, and I was like, this is the best day of my life.
So for us, a big date night was going to Wendy's for the $1 meals. We'd walk all over the village on a Saturday night, and then we'd have the Wendy $1 meals. So I think we should head there right now. But we should need to get the kids.
They just because they got
stopped.
Yeah, they got ahead of us, and now they're at the little comic book stand over there.
We may never get them out.
Okay, we'll be right back. We're going to Wendy's. We're gonna get a Frosty or something. Oh my gosh.
This is what you should do with yours.
You think I should do that with all my comics?
No, you should not.
You know, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sell them.
No, you're not.
And pay for your college with all my extra comics.
Oh, that's a great idea. That'll pay for at least a book.
No.
Wendy's, we're gonna have a romantic date, Daddy and I will. I can't wait to share a Frosty with you.
Hey guys, I have an idea. Maybe
Wait. Didn't we just have a bagel like an hour ago?
Is that mine?
That's all of ours.
What? No.
share it with us?
No, I've got
date
my
morning.
own. This is so romantic.
First I get you a bagel.
I know.
And then this.
This is so weird, Will, but this makes me so happy. It brings me back to some really great times.
Are you gonna cry?
I'm just gonna take.
Or are you just gonna go ahead?
Hey! Did you ever think that 20 years later we would be sitting here sharing a Frosty with our kids in New York City, and not just you and I being romantic here? What do you guys think? This is where Daddy and I used to have romantic dates. Yeah. We actually had a life before you guys came along.
No way.
Not much of one.
I never would have guessed.
Not much of one, right?
No, when we wanted to splurge, I ate a spicy chicken sandwich.
That was more than $1.
That was more than $1.
I spy something you don't spy. You're good. You want to go? No.
Largo has always been a Lego fan.
Hi guys, welcome.
And one of the last countries on our list in the RV while in Europe will be Denmark, the home of Lego. But in New York City, besides food, the only thing Largo will be looking forward to is a trip to the Lego store. Is this what you're looking forward most to when we got back to the United States?
Yes.
So what are you doing here?
Looking for Legos, but I found one of them, but I'm looking for my 2 others. This was on my top marks, but I'm sure you wouldn't let me get that.
There's no room for that in the RV, Largo.
I wouldn't be keeping it in the RV. I'd be keeping it in the RV.
It is nice though.
That one. Yeah, you got that.
Largo, look. It's our home.
Ha 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 ha. Very funny.
Where's your bed?
Like over there somewhere.
Is your home, Evelyn?
Oh, it's adorable.
Largo, open the door, let us in. I forgot something in the RV. You building a little Avalon?
Well, I was going to build an entire little family of us, but they don't seem to have any of the hairs here, so.
New York is a great city, but it's a fast city. Make no mistake, it's an experience like nothing else that everyone should have at least once in their lifetime. But in order to survive here, you have to be ready for anything to come your way. Perhaps that's what makes us such great WorldTowners. It was Alistair Cook who said that New York City is the biggest collection of villages in the world. For us, we're about to show the kids where Will and I used to live, Greenwich Village. The street that we lived on.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna get all emotional. I'm gonna start crying if our apartment is gone or they've turned it into like a dry cleaner.
That's it, right over there.
This was here, but it was something else. Remember, Will?
So this right here is our old apartment where we lived, where Jessica and I spent our first days actually living together. I'm on 7th Avenue South. Look at the street. It's like wide open. There's nobody here.
This was our bathroom. This is our bathroom window right here. And this top level, like a triangle, was ours.
The entire top level?
No, there was another apartment in the other half. Right there.
You see that?
That is the place that we kind of started our official living together life, because before that, Will and I spent 2 years being a long distance couple. and he wanted to go back to school, and we just picked New York.
Well, we
Right?
talked.
I mean, I don't remember all the details. Like, how did we end up here?
Let's not bore them with the story because we talked about it all in our Bulgaria story.
All right, links up there. No
So
more
links
story.
up there. But essentially, this was a place that started it all in terms of just like us living together.
So this was our living room windows right here, right? And then were those our bedroom windows? No, those are our bedroom windows right there. So, and I think that's the air conditioner we installed. And remember you got here before me, and he called me from remember you called me, you're like, holy, you have so much stuff, because I had my stuff shipped, and you were like, there's so many boxes, I don't know what to do with it.
Yeah, I arrived like 4 weeks before you, and
We would go up here, and downstairs there was a catering company. Nanny's is gone.
Yeah, it's been gone for a while.
Has it?
I looked it up, yeah.
And then there was a crazy funky bar over there.
here I am thinking I'm gonna be his bachelor pad. I'm gonna hang out. I'm gonna enjoy being in New York, waiting for my blushing girlfriend to show up and sort of spend the rest of her life with me, because I knew I was gonna marry her at the time. And
I didn't know if I was gonna marry him.
and then this monster moving truck comes in. I was just like, oh my gosh, I am in wall to wall to wall to wall to wall boxes.
So he was calling me every night like, okay, do you really need this 6-person table? But you guys, how come you're not excited?
Because they're
Daddy and I
adorable
lived,
dogs over there.
Daddy and I lived right
take
here. Well, we lived right here.
I know, right?
We lived here.
That was our bedroom right there. That was our living room. That was
love
our
living
bathroom, essentially.
Because that apartment was what, like 300 square feet maybe?
It was 425 square feet.
It was 425? It was that
425
much?
square feet,
Wow,
yeah.
it was that big. Let's ring the buzzer and see if they'll give us a tour.
No, Mom, that's weird. Mom, that's odd. Mom, stop. Mom,
I think if you ring number one.
I'm just looking. Don't.
So it was really hard also to get this place because we only had, we gave ourselves
That's right.
2.5 days to find an apartment in New York City, which by today's
right.
standards, people were like, are you nuts?
You see where Daddy wrote the heart and I love Joseph on the wall?
I want to see.
He etched it in with his knife.
Where? Let me see.
It's not there.
Did they paint over
You see
it?
it, Alice? They must have painted over it.
Oh, please.
Since I just saw it, they painted over it. All right, so.
But we found a rental agency right around the corner that someone recommended to us.
But
and
we
they
didn't
said,
have jobs.
We didn't have jobs and we didn't have, no, we had nothing.
We had nothing.
We had nothing.
And at the
Except for our
time,
good word. I was a waiter down in Florida, but I was a waiter, right? So you can't really count
and
on salary.
I was a graphic designer, but I was looking for a job here.
Right.
And we had a little bit of money in the bank, but not much. So this street gets kind of loud at night, but we liked it because look at all the buildings around. They all have like 6, 7, 8 stories, and you had to walk up to it. We only had to walk up one flight. And remember what we paid? What did we pay?
We
$1,300
paid $1,300 a month.
for a 1-bedroom, and we got a steal on
And
it.
then when they went up to $1,350, we thought they were like robbing us.
Robbing us. I remember, we're like, that's an outrage. The problem is that because we didn't have jobs, they were like, oh, well, you're not going to be responsible. Even though we had jobs and good credit,
It was
and we're
crazy.
super responsible in the places we lived in. We weren't babies. We were in our late 20s.
So
we had to have
we had to have our parents
co-sign our lease for this. It was humiliating, but we got the apartment. We lived there forever. We had great credit. There was never any problems. And imagine, and I'm sure New York is the same now. If we moved here now, we'd probably have to get our parents to co-sign.
I know, so if our parents ever co-signed, we probably never got married.
Probably not.
No.
No.
No, it would have been like, oh, we're doomed.
I think we should all move back here. We could lease the level below and make a restaurant. Let's do it.
It'd be like all WorldTowning themed from all around the world.
That's a great idea. A restaurant with different food from all over the world. Ooh, don't put that on the vlog. Someone might steal that
It's
idea.
called Cheesecake Factory.
It's called no. Cheesecake's not like that.
They
Is
have
it?
food from all over the world.
The great part about living in the village was that you did not have to spend a lot of money to have an amazing experience. The sounds, the people, and the parks provide enough for a diversion to make a poor student's lifestyle seem like the most glamorous ever.
Is this the type of dog you want, Emma?
The type of dog Margo wants.
So we're walking around the old neighborhood and we are discovering that not everything is still open anymore. There's a lot of restaurants that are no longer there. The places that we knew and loved and called home.
All the mom and pop places now, we have Starbucks and we have all this other big business stuff, and I'm just an angry old lady.
This church is still here. I guess nothing's gonna tear that
The
down.
church is still here, the school's still here, you know, our pizza place is still here, Grey Dog's still here, but other than that, where's like the arty tattooed piercing area now? It's like gone.
There's a Five Guys there now.
Where did those Five Guys? I do like Five Guys, but
The best part about living in the village were the sunny afternoons in Washington Square Park. There was always something new to experience on any given day.
All right, Washington Square Park, where Daddy and I had many dates.
Yeah.
We came here for free Shakespeare, we came here for free picnicking.
And to kick people's tail at chess,
Yeah.
right over there.
You guys want to go have a chess
we can
match?
beat you.
You guys want to go have a chess match with someone? Show
I'm
them how
going to
do
play
it.
at the playground.
He wants to play chess. Do you want to play chess? Wait, do you pay? How does that work? Do you pay? What is it?
I just think you sit there and you play.
Is it? Do you
want it?
Little man, he wants to play.
You want to play?
You want to sit down or you want to stand? But it's fun out to the game goes. Now watch for check. Watch for checkmate. Ready?
Kick his butt.
Yeah, you better do your best. Now remember, I'm coming to checkmate you as fast as possible. Alright. Oh yeah.
Uh-oh. Don't get stressed out, Laura. You can do it.
Checkmate. See, night. See, I came from here. Good job. Don't worry, you gonna learn. When you want to learn, then you can learn from me. Good job. But you know how to play Sister Day. What's up?
You want to try?
Play aggressive with the knights and with the pawns, alright? Just play aggressively. Alright? Okay. Mama. Good. Nice out first. You watching? Good. Pawn, protect your pawns as you progress forward. Now you're learning something. Now pawn comes up. Okay, now, what you gonna do? Waste no time, alright?
You can do this, Avalon.
Oh, check you out. Alright. Pretty good.
Oh, you got him stumped?
Well, for a second, yeah, just for a small second, she did it.
She's like a rogue maniac.
Alright. Ooh, yeah. Which is a good.
You want me to take
There you go. Now we playing chess. Congratulations. And you thought she couldn't play. Yes, she can. Oh, what you do now? What you
move that for us?
You moved that? Oh, she moving there, huh? Okay, now then it's checkmate. Good game, but it was you did a good thing.
Are you out here every day?
Well, every day, but when it's a good day, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How are you liking Washington Square Park, Largo?
Interesting.
A lot happening here, huh?
Yeah.
You getting hungry yet?
No, not really.
$10 Indian for dinner, right?
$10 Indian.
So the main reason that we are in New York City
Is for moi.
It's for the Lego store.
2 out of the 3 reasons are for me.
So why are we here for you, Avalon?
Check out universities and BookCon.
So Avalon had a decision to make between going to camp this summer for a week or 2, or coming to a book conference in New York. And she picked a book conference, so we decided to come and kill 2 birds with 1 stone. She wanted to look at universities, and of course, Largo had to come because he had to go to a Lego store,
Every
right?
single Lego store in Manhattan, apparently.
And Will and I were not opposed because we love New York and we're always up for a visit and
food.
food.
We miss the food dearly.
So what do you think so far, Avalon? We're walking through the NYU campus. Does it feel like home to
Walking
you?
through the NYU
You don't know?
campus.
Yes.
There you go, Largo. Sing it, baby, sing it. Break it out, break it out.
No.
You sing, I'll dance.
No, stop.
Oh, I'm embarrassing him. I'm embarrassing him right in Washington Square Park. Everyone's dancing here.
So we've been walking around basically all day long today,
We're out of
and
shape.
you always say that.
We are out of shape.
You always say
Let's
that.
be honest with our community.
Okay.
I'm hurt, guys.
But basically, we have so many fond memories of this town, and so many memories that sort of are just spurring up. It's funny how sort of when something really bad happens, you block it from your memory. Well,
It's a coping mechanism. And Will and I were just reminiscing all day, you guys, about all the great things that happened here, and then we just remembered the time where we locked ourselves out of our apartment, and the locksmith, it was late at night after
was super late at night.
an evening out
doing things that
we probably shouldn't have been doing,
who knows.
and it was so late that they were going to charge us double fee, and we just didn't have the funds for that, so we decided we're just
gonna walk to the park, and we're gonna sit there and just count the stars that we can't see because of all the light pollution. And next thing you know,
needless to say, we fell asleep on a park bench
and
in
we-
the park.
and we woke up to the sounds of
The street cleaners.
the street cleaners. It was so romantic. I must say that's when I knew at that point that we always had each other's
You're
back.
like, if this girl can sleep on a park bench with me because we're too broke to pay the locksmith, she is the girl for me. Now, don't tell the kids this. We've never told them the story, and we don't want them to ever do this. We want them to call the locksmith. If they don't even have to eat for a week, that's fine.
And if you see this video, kids, that wasn't us. We're just making this
We're
stuff
just
up.
lying for the video.
Yeah, exactly.
So we'll just say we're going to dinner right now, right?
We're going to Indian food, what we call $10 Indian. But then again, that was 20 years ago, so with inflation, it's gonna be like $30 Indian.
It's our go-to, one of our go-to restaurants because it was super affordable. You wait till you see it. It has all kinds of charm and it's eclectic.
Check out this place.
They're gonna fight for us.
I can't believe it's still open.
I know.
One of the few places.
All right. 4. No, go right. Right's our place. I'm sorry.
I love this restaurant.
I'm so happy they're still open.
Look, they have our picture still on the wall there. Look, that's us.
That's us.
No,
With
it's
a
not
tan.
you.
Okay, tell me. I told you that Daddy and I were going to take you to the coolest restaurant ever. Do you think what this is?
Definitely. I wonder how long they keep adding, like how many times they add more lights.
I think this is probably a fire hazard. I'm glad we're close to the door.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Best restaurant ever.
I hate so much food. This is really just one of those New York days where you want to say, I gotta get up in the morning and go for a run.
I am officially complete. My favorite New York City restaurant for the last 20-something years. This is the best day ever. I had a great day, Will.
I have no words because I'm ready to go to bed.
Ready to go to bed.
All right, with that, we're done.
You guys, I really hope you enjoyed reminiscing with us and going to all of our old favorite places in New York. A lot of places are closed, but the Indian place is still open, and it was a fabulous day. So now we must sleep. New York is full of energy and life, and it is one of my favorite cities in the world.
Yep, and we're walking in the wrong direction. So
We are.
Yeah,
All right.
Go. Okay, bye.
Turn, about face.
Bye-bye.
In the next episode of WorldTowning, the kids are Broadway bound.
Good morning from Times Square. it's a Wednesday. It is matinee day. We are going to try and get tickets for a
Discount
show.
tickets. And we think about new equipment.
I'm so confused at this point. I have no idea what you're selling me.
He doesn't know anything about filters.
But that's okay.
If you are not yet subscribed, why are you not yet subscribed? Go over and hit that red button, guys, to enjoy more of our awesome episodes coming your way. That was a close call, huh? Woo! Nothing like running for a Subway after a big Indian food meal.
And it just closed.
Thank God, I needed a...
You're not really a real broken in New Yorker until you've run for a Subway.